This is an unscheduled coloring session, but the reason I'm doing it is because I had a weird experience on the scheduled coloring session last night. I colored this, and it was very challenging, and it challenged me creatively in a way that has not really happened yet on a meditative coloring session because I kind of was sweating it. I was stressing it. Like this first page I did in markers came out really nice. I really liked it. And then this one took me by surprise. And I was definitely sweating it last night. And this morning it's kind of grown on me. It's a little bit insane, but I like it. And I decided that the best thing to do would be to turn the page and just color something new. Because it was significant because someone had told me this week that they don't color anymore because they compare themselves to others and it just doesn't feel good to or it makes it no fun. And I've definitely been there, and like that's an easy tendency to fall into. So anyway, I'm coloring in Moon Magic this morning, and I've been playing the new Hello Kitty video game. So I was thinking Little Twin Stars kind of vibe. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go back with alcohol markers because I haven't used alcohol markers in a couple of years, and I decided to get back into it, and it's challenged me. I'm not as comfortable with them as I was because I haven't used them. So I was going to give up after yesterday. Well, I wasn't really going to give up. But I will tell you that the thought crossed my mind. I was like, I was so much more comfortable with pencils. Why don't I just stay with that? And I totally could. Like, that's a valid choice. But the fact is, I want to get back to where I was with the markers. So I'm going to keep using them. And I'm going to get up this morning. It's early here. I'm going to get up today and try again. So, okay. And I kind of have a Little Twin Stars. And I'm going to challenge myself again. I'm going to be brave. I was thinking of just doing this all one color, but I've actually got a couple different colors here that I could blend in pastel, which will be easier. Working in pastel will be easier than this other page I did, the darker page, because getting to that darker shade is difficult. That's like a little more advanced thing. So I really picked a tough color scheme for only my second page there. But that's okay. So now I'm going to be brave, but I'm going to be brave slowly. I'm going to get just a little bit darker blue to blend out. I'm not going to go to midnight blue right away. But this is it. This is just to reiterate that I'm here to learn too, especially in sessions like this where I'm just like going at it. My coloring class is over 8 hours and it goes deep, and I spent a lot of time making sure everything was very set up to follow. Like I explain everything very well, but in these sessions I'm just playing, so you gotta expect a little bit of creativity will happen. So I don't know if you can see that that's two different blues, but I'm just going to try to work in a little bit of a second blue for fun. And this is fun. I'm definitely enjoying the brush tips more than the chisel tips for these pens if you're looking to buy alcohol markers or try them. Okay. This is my lighter blue. I want to blend to purple up at the top. try something crazy next. The irony is not lost on me. I think it's irony that I was okay. Now I'm going to get brave. I'm going to channel the power of the little twin stars. Kiki and Lala. Well, at some point, I'll have to go back and watch last night's coloring session and see if it's, or you can tell me. If you watched it, you can tell me if I sounded like I was stressing. I think I did. But it's okay. Not the first time I've got nervous doing a live demo, I'll tell you that much. Let's see, the purple, how do I want to make that go? I do have, who is that nice person? Oops. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, I can't tell what your name is that just asked a question. I don't want to show it live. Oh my goddess, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know who asked. Would it be possible to have a page inserted into the book so we don't have to add a sheet to keep things from bleeding? No, I'm sorry, it is not possible. I do not have those capabilities. But just get in the habit of putting a piece of scrap paper. Some people use like cereal boxes or stuff like that. And then your second question was, oh, about digital. I do have digitals. I have PDFs of everything, and that's a great option if you like markers because you can print onto a nice marker paper. But yeah, shop.coloringbookofshadows.com is my shop where you'll find everything in PDF. Okay, and I did sort of a lousy job blending here, so let's just fix it by blending more. I have a colorless blender too. I should bust that out right about now. There we go. That worked. Okay. So it's not the world's smoothest color blend there, but it's happening. Okay. Looks cool. Okay, so let's see. I have two different colors of purple here. Which ones do I have? That one. And this one. Okay, so I have these two purples. The one I was using was more pink, so let's go from purple to pink here. I don't know if you guys have read it, but I've also been reading The Artist's Way, which is a classic book, kind of like a workbook about creativity. And it's quite good. Spirituality and creativity, basically, kind of together. So it's been interesting. I recommend it. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely getting used to the markers. I think I'm expecting them to work just like colored pencils in a way, and they're not, because they're not colored pencils. But yeah, sorry. Sometimes I can like chit chat while I do this, and then sometimes it requires my whole brain. It's just the way it is. There's also definitely a little bit of dry time on these that I'm getting used to. Once you put them down, they do have to kind of dry for a minute to see the final effect. So, just something to keep in mind. Yeah, and if you're just joining, the reason I'm doing this one today it's a creative recovery. I colored something yesterday that was really challenging and took me by surprise. The outcome. It just felt, yeah, it was interesting to have feelings about it too, I noticed, because I'm usually like, my coloring, I'm like, okay, it came out, it didn't come out. But yesterday I felt it. It was very confronting. It went away. Like I felt the feelings. There's actually a Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood episode where Lady Elaine doesn't like her art and she throws a big fit. Remember her, the puppet? I think it was Lady Elaine. The weird little puppet in the neighborhood of make believe. She throws a fit because she doesn't like her art. And someone else's art is better than her art. And I didn't actually throw a fit, but I felt judgmental of myself yesterday. So anyway, very long story short, the verbal part of my brain is having a hard time keeping up right now over the art. But long story short, today I'm recovering. I decided, you know what? I had a weird coloring day yesterday. All my art in general yesterday was a kind of a weird, like it was more difficult for some reason. So anyway, Today's the recovery day, creative recovery. I'm jumping back in it. I'm not going to let it sit for a week. I want to use my markers and I want to be good at it like I used to be. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to get back into it. It's my creative recovery day. Ta-da! And it's looking cool. I would say my creative recovery so far is a success. Yes, so this is Little Twin Stars theme. Is anyone else playing Hello Kitty Island, whatever it's called? I don't even know what the game is called. The Hello Kitty Island game. You know, if you know, you know. I might just take out my colorless blender. I'm curious about it now. But anyway, we have this cool Little Twin Stars look now. It's getting there anyway. Looking kind of cool. Okay. Hello, Shannon. How are you? Welcome to my Creative Recovery Friday. This is what I colored yesterday that was challenging. I'm going to put it that way. But there's some cool elements to it too. And yeah, dark to light is not an easy thing to achieve. And I think I did that there. But I colored that live yesterday and it was challenging. So today I'm getting right back to it. Kind of fired me up, to be quite honest. Thanks, Shannon. You know what? This morning I think it's kind of lovely too. It just, yeah, it triggered me going like, whoa. I think it was just very unexpected. And as I get, it's, yeah, maybe I'm thinking to myself, obviously, but maybe I'm getting more used to being able to control my art, like make it do what I want. But that was unexpected, so. And also someone told me this week that they don't color anymore because they don't like what they color and it doesn't feel good. And so I just wanted to say that I have those feelings too. Like I know where that comes from, that feeling of, oh, why am I? Because you like it. That's why I do it. So I decided to get back in it today and maybe practice more. Like I've only been doing it, working with my markers for a couple weeks, and I haven't been practicing every day. I've only been doing it once a week. So maybe I'll recommit a little bit. But anyway, this is looking awesome. So it's got lighter colors, and I'm kind of going for a Little Twin Stars vibe, as I said. I think lighter colors are just easier, even with colored pencils. Okay, here's a colorless blender, so we'll see what that does. Even with pencils, if you want to achieve a real dark background, ooh, I'm not so sure I like it. Not for that much. Maybe just for little things it could work. Like if I was going out to white, like coloring from a very light color to white, but not color into color is a little heavy there. Cool. Shannon, you were coloring. Were you coloring last night live? When I was sweating, I was feeling my existence. And that's really what it is. I mean, if you're doing art or feeling feelings, it's like I was taking a painting class the other weekend online, but it was live online, you know, like it was the teacher was going live. And someone parts. Let me see if it comes back. There we go. So anyway, someone asked the teacher what keeps him inspired, like why does he keep doing art? And he just laughed and he said, fear of existence. So take that as you see it. Anyway, this is really fun. And I think I'll probably leave that for today because I have a bunch of other things to do. But I have this whole other side, and we'll keep going with the little twin stars theme. I'm not sure what that means for the cards, but I'll figure something out. So thanks for joining me.